This is the world's most authentic New Testament. It is called the original Yeshua Testament. It's the only holy continuation of the original Bible. 4 years and about $20 million to reconstruct Yeshua's teachings in the language of God. Yeshua spoke the language of God, Hebrew. On the streets, he spoke Aramaic. When he was preaching, it was Hebrew. Only 260 years after Yeshua was crucified, the New Testament in Greek emerged. Only 260 years later. And it was emerged with 5 Greek books, different from each other. In other words, there wasn't any original Greek. And since Yeshua was teaching in Hebrew, then the notes must have been in Hebrew. So what we took the most accurate Greek New Testament translation, and we reconstructed it back into the language of Yeshua in Hebrew. And I know Hebrew because I was born not far from Yeshua's birthplace in the Holy Land. I speak the same language of the original Bible, Hebrew. And I understand the code to God like Yeshua did. And my accent right now that you hear is the accent that Yeshua would have spoken to you. If Yeshua would speak to you right now, he will have the same accent as mine. So what's special about it? Let's open, because each one of these books is custom made for you or your family with the best leather. This is Italian leather. It's the burgundy Italian leather, and it's made, this particular one is beautiful, and it's made for Alexander Lastikvka. Look how beautiful. This is respect. This book, when you have this book at home, it's not only a blessing, but it's respect for Yeshua. Let me give you a little bit history. God instructed Yosef. Yosef is the father of Yeshua. He instructed Yosef before Yeshua was born. He said to him, "You will have a son, and you should name your son Yeshua," because Yeshua means salvation in God's language. No other name means salvation in God's language. Not the word Jesus, not any other name, not Jesus, only Yeshua. In 1611, King James decided to rebrand himself, to be different from the church. And he decided that he will change the name Yeshua, the holy name that God gave his Messiah. He decided that it will be Jesus. But Jesus doesn't mean salvation. Jesus has no meaning in any language. The letters J, E, S, S has no meaning of salvation in no language. Why not follow God's desire to call the Messiah Yeshua? Look at that. Look at the stamp here. Now, look here. And this is the original Yeshua Testament. And it's custom made per order. Here you have the blessing. And here is the explanation of what we did. Here is the code. And look at the paper. This is a quality paper. Shiny paper. And look at this. This is not our copy. It will go to the donor that ordered it. And that's why I'm using a glove. And why is that the only continuation of the original Bible? Because for the first time in history, we wrote the verse properly. Let me first read it to you in Yeshua's language. Bereshit kvar itkayma amila, ve'Elohim hu amila. In Genesis, the word already existed, and the word was God. Beautiful. It's the first time that we reconstructed it to the original. And why is it so important? because Genesis 1:1 says, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. In Genesis, that's the proper translation. No other translation is proper but this one. In Genesis, God brought into existence out of nothing the skies and the land. The code to God is 2701. And this verse that is crucial, it's one of the most important verses in the New Testament, is also 2701. And we discovered that. The exact wording is our discovery. And because both of them are 2701, only this is the continuation of the original Bible. I would not be able to do that on my own if God would not gift me this discovery. What's special about 2701? It's multiplication of 73 times 37. 73 is wisdom. 37 is the highest divine spirit. Let's continue. And the first book, there are 27 books, but they are numbered from 1, the verses are numbered like the original Bible, from 1 to 7766, 7,166, from 1 to 7766. No need to call it John 1:3, because it's simple in the original Bible, from 1 to 7766. And you have the right names, not the fabricated names by King James. You see, this is called Yohanan. That's the name that was assigned by God. Why change it to John? Why creating John? John is not any translation of Yohanan. There is no connection between them. King James fabricated the name John to be different than the church, Yohanan. And why is it so important to call it the right name, Yohanan? Because here you can see the code. This is Yohanan. Here, let me use a better tool. This is Yohanan. The code is 124. Only Yohanan can be 124. So what's so special about 124? 124, it's Eden, like the Garden of Eden. And it has to do a lot with baptizing, a lot. The name John does not have a code. It does not have a divine messaging. This is the word Elohim. Elohim means God. The code is 86. So here you have the Hebrew, the original New Testament, the way that Yeshua was speaking, and the code next to the important words. And this is the code for the entire verse. Let me read you this one, for example. It's original Yeshua number 6. Elohim shalach Adam b'shem Yochanan le'aid al ha'or ha'amiti כדי שכולם יאמינו בו. God, Elohim, 86, sent a man named Yochanan, the code is 124, to testify about the true light, so that everyone will believe in the light. It's only in the original Yeshua Testament that you can see that. בראשית כבר התקיימה המילה, והמילה הייתה עם אלוהים, ואלוהים הוא המילה. If your New Testament does not say that, you are holding a human flawed translation. In the origin, the word already existed. The word was with God, Elohim, and the word was God, Elohim. This is the most authentic way to read the New Testament. Only this way you can be closer to God and you can understand Yeshua better. Rely only on the original. And I want to show you one more thing. Look at that. Look how beautiful this one is. Look how beautiful this one is. And it's very thick. It's 900 pages. Be blessed.